Welcome to Christ Center Gamers unboxing of the latest keyboard from Rocket. Now this is the Rocket Vulcan 2. Now it has to be said that I reviewed the Vulcan 2 Max a few months back. I love it. I use it every day. It is my keyboard at my desk on my desktop. This is a wonderful keyboard. Not perfect. And it's kind of funny. I actually spilled something on it and had to open it up and fix it. Don't recommend doing that. It's not advertised as waterproof. However, now it works great except the LED strips on the bottom no longer work. Is that a big loss? Not really. But anyway, I use this keyboard every day. I love it. I actually customized it. I added O-rings to the optical switches because I like the softer touch. And yeah, I use it every day. I really, really like this keyboard. And so having another keyboard in the lineup that looks largely identical, at least from the box, which I will show you right here. It's largely identical from the box. And we will open to prove in just a moment, along with, potentially lower price tag. This one is $149.99 instead of, I believe that one's over 200. It might even be 250. I'm not sure about that. I have to look it up. But the point is this is significantly less expensive. And if you can get 80% of that keyboard for this, or 90% for less money. All right. Now, the main difference between these is this one uses mechanical switches instead of optical mechanical switches. Otherwise, it is remarkably similar, and we will explore that in just a minute. Here's the front of the box. Here is the back of the box. All right. This one includes the linear switches. I wish I got lucky and they sent me the browns, but that's okay. They're also known as tactile. And the Vulcan 2 logo top and on the bottom, here's your tech specs. Now, what is the difference between, well, the optical and the, I'm just going to go ahead and start opening this and I'll explain it. The difference between the optical and the mechanical. Mechanical switches are triggered by the depression of a spring onto a contact. Basically, they mechanically move, and then as the touching impact of the switch, right here you can see the switch, to the bottom, that triggers, or actually it's not that the bottom triggers, it's actually inside this mechanism right here. There's a contact point that activates the switch. It's usually about halfway in, and then that touches, two metal contacts touch, basically. And then that's what activates the switch. Whereas an optical switch, typically it is either the cutting or the severing of a path of light that activates whether or not the switch is activated. So what does that mean in practical terms? It means that a mechanical switch will last 80 million keystrokes, and an optical switch will last 150 million keystrokes. That's it. You're less likely to have failures. Are you really that likely to have failures on a mechanical? No. But you're less likely on an optical. That's what you're paying for. And it looks cooler because, hey, mine are optical switches, where yours are just mechanical. So there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And this, like I said, this may be a far more valued, choice, much more better way to spend your money. If it, you only have so much money, and sometimes saving that $50 or $70 or $80 is worth it. All right, so here we go. This is what the inside of the box looks like. I'm surprised to see the wrist rest prominently displayed. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off noise canceling so you can hear the unboxing. Some people really like to hear that stuff. It's silly, I know, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn off noise. If you hear a dog or something in the background, I apologize. That's what you get when I turn it off. So here is opening of the wrist rest. There you have it. Now, thoughts on the wrist rest. I was hoping this would be a rubberized top or some kind of, soft touch material. It is not. It is plastic. It's got a cool logo. The Rocket logo is nice. I like it. I do like the feet on the bottom. But unfortunately, it's hard and hollow. So it's a wrist rest. Get a better one. That's what I did. I have my own that I bought that has like, it was like 20 or 30 bucks. And it's got a nice metal frame with foam rubber on top. It's really nice. And I didn't have to recommend that. But you know what? For some people, this may be good enough. So, all right. So here's the wrist rest. We'll put that aside for the moment. And I'm going to go ahead and take out the keyboard. So there's the reveal. Keyboard looks sharp. I really like, oh, and here's the manual. Okay. We'll look for a Vulcan 2. Now, one of the things I have to say about this already that I can tell is kind of better than the Vulcan 2 Max, I have to admit. The Vulcan 2 Max, there's nothing else in the box, so I'm going to put this down. The Vulcan 2 Max has one goofy thing. It's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker to me, but it's got one goofy thing, and that is this cable. It's very thick and strong, yes, but 2 connectors. I never needed both. It's supposed to help the power for the LEDs or all the LEDs in it or something. I never had an issue. I've never needed it. I just put tape around it so I don't accidentally use it. So yeah, I don't know, because it doesn't support signal. It's just there for extra power. So this is a thinner cable with a more reasonable, less chonky wire. It was probably easier to route. And a simple one-ended cable with keyboard on one side and the logo on the other. So yeah, I'd say that's a positive. You don't need 2 connectors. I know in my case I use a KVM switch for my keyboards. I don't need it with that, but it's got 2 cables. So with this, it's just simpler, less to worry about. So I like that. The other thing though, I gotta say, the look of these modern Rocket keyboards is so nice. They're gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and peel off these little, what do you call it? Man, these do not, this is stubborn. It doesn't want to come off. Just trying to peel off the little corners here because who wants to see that? But it's not coming off. There we go. There we are. That's one side, and it broke off in the middle. Man, I don't want to scratch this keyboard before I even use it. Right, well, I'm going to just toss that over here. If this gets too stubborn, I'll leave it on, but hopefully it doesn't. And that's what you get for having the noise canceling on. You got to hear the sound of a door opening. Sorry, guys. Okay, this is coming off stubbornly. All right, I'm just going to leave it on. All right, so moving on. I'm just going to put this side by side with the Max right here. So here's the Max right here. And here is the new Vulcan 2. What can you see that is different? What can I see that's different? A different shade of aluminum. Yeah, this is the powdered aluminum. This is kind of a lined aluminum, like an etched. So I guess this one looks a little bit nicer. But, well, the switches feel a little bit different. Largely similar, though. And functionally similar. Play pause. So it's still got a play pause button, a previous and next track, a volume knob that mutes, and a wheel that turns. If I'm just looking at what the keys do, right? The little embosses on the keys. I would say they are the same so far. Okay, so this one has a few extra little features that I don't consider important. Like it's got battery life indicators and stuff on the Max. I never use it. I turn it off. I think it's silly. So that's missing. Oh, what a big loss. Not a loss at all. Yeah. So other than that, looks largely the same. So this isn't a fair comparison because I put O-rings on this. So I'm going to go grab the mini version of this keyboard, with the optical switches. And I'm going to show you the difference in how they sound. So here's the mini version with the optical switches. Okay. Now, this is what the version sounds like with the mechanical switches. So this has a deeper tone. It's a little bit different of a feel. I'm not sure what I like better. It's a little bit more force, I would say, to activate, but not significantly. It's a nice key. It's a nice feel. These are linear, so these are red equivalent switches. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and get some glowing action going on here. There you go. Look at that. That is so sharp. Oh, I like that. Okay. On the bottom, they finally have LEDs to notify you if caps lock, num lock, or presumably game mode is on. That's actually a difference. This one doesn't have that. This one just lights up on the key itself, where this, it lights up on the bottom. You know what? I prefer it on the bottom. I'll be honest with you. The reason is I'm kind of particular with my LEDs. I like them all the same color. So I'm one of those people that likes them to have one color, and apparently I can't choose that color easily here. There's some combination of buttons I need to press to get it to the color I want, and I can't figure out what that is right now. So I'm not going to be able to do that right here. But I know I can configure it with swarms, so it's really not a big deal. But right now we've got white. But the point is that if I press cap lock with white right here, this glows on the bottom where my thumb is. But this doesn't change color. I prefer that. So very nice. You know, I'm going to say I like this. Like I said, which one is better? I don't know at this point. This one may very well end up being a better value by quite a bit of a better value. Because again, even, you know, these switches do feel really good. You don't really need some of the goofy extras that the optical lines have. It still looks really sharp. I like this look. I really like the media buttons, the better media buttons that the newer ones have versus the older Vulcan non-2 had. So yeah, I like this sound. It's a little bit less pingy. Dog. Sorry, I had to turn the noise canceling back on because my dogs are fighting. Anyway, so yeah, it has a good feature set. The feel is nice. It's just different. You know, which is better? It's just a difference. I can't say which is better. But what I can say is that what you get for the money is better on this one. And I really, really do like what I really like it so far. So, all right, I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else to say about this keyboard other than I look forward to checking it out more in more detail and figuring out how to peel off these goofy little stickers. Um, yeah, that's it. And I don't know if it'll be me or somebody else reviewing this. I have some people interested. Regardless, I hope you enjoy it, and please look forward to the full written review. Take care, and God bless.